Today, we are going to discuss the topic food hygiene for class 9. Under that, we are going to be discussing about food spoilage and food preservation. Now, let's take a look at food spoilage. Food spoilage is an undesirable change in the normal state of food and is not suitable for human consumption. Signs of food spoilage include changes in appearance, color, texture, odor, and taste. Now, let's take a look at the factors which are responsible for food spoilage. Internal factors and external factors. Internal factors include enzymatic activities and moisture content of food. Moisture content, if it is present in the food, will provide an environment for the growth of microorganisms. The next factor is external factor. External factor include adulterants in food, contaminated utensils and equipments, unhygienic cooking area, and lack of storage facilities. It is very important for us to understand about food spoilage because if a person consumes the food which is spoiled, it is going to have a drastic effect on the human health. Now let's take a look at the effects of the consuming spoiled food. Consumption of spoiled food can lead to diarrhea, vomiting, loss of appetite, mild fever, weakness, nausea, and headache. So, what can be done in order to prevent the foods from getting spoiled? The only way by which the food spoilage can be prevented is to preserve the food. So, food preservation is the process of prevention of food from decay or spoilage by storing in a condition fit for future use. Food is preserved for the following reasons. It increases the shelf life of the food. It retains the color, texture, flavor and nutritive value of the food. And food preservation also helps to increase the food supply and decreases the wastage of the food. Before understanding the different methods of food preservation, it is important for us to understand about how the food is classified based on its perishability or shelf life. Shelf life is how long a food can be kept without doing any processing or without treating it any preservatives. So based on the perishability, the food is classified into 3 perishable foods, non-perishable foods and semi-perishable foods. Food products which get spoiled easily within 1 or 2 days will come under the perishable food. So perishable foods includes eggs, poultry, meat, fish, fruits and dairy products. Non-perishable foods are foods that do not get spoiled that easily, and non-perishable foods includes whole grains, nuts and sugar. Perishable foods includes the food that can be stored for few weeks or even few months. So semi-perishable foods include cereals and pulses. Now let's take a look at the different methods of food preservation. The first method is drying. Drying is the process of food preservation where the water content or the moisture content of the food is completely removed. So, I told you already that moisture content in the food is going to provide an environment for the growth of microorganism. So by drying the food, we are going to make sure that there is no growth of microorganisms, thereby preventing the food from getting spoiled. There are two methods of drying. One is sun drying and another one is vacuum drying. So drying basically inhibits the growth of microorganisms such as bacteria, yeast and molds. The next method of food preservation is smoking. In the process of smoking, food products like meat and fish are exposed to smoke. The drying action of smoke tends to preserve the food. Ultimately, here also what we are going to be doing is by exposing the meat on to smoke, the moisture content is going to get removed. The next method is irradiation. Irradiation is the process of exposing food to optimum level of ionizing radiation. So, ionizing radiations like X ray, gamma rays, UV rays are used to kill the harmful microorganisms which are present in the food. The next method is cold storage. This is one of the most common methods of food preservation. So, it is the process of storing the food such as vegetables, fruits, and fruit products at a very low temperature, and preserving the food products at a low temperature slows down the biological and chemical reactions and prevents the food from getting spoiled. The next method of food preservation is freezing. Freezing is also one of the most widely used methods for food preservation. So, this process involves storing the food below 0 degrees Celsius. By doing this, the growth of microorganisms can be prevented. The next process is pasteurization. This method of food preservation was developed by Louis Pasteur, and pasteurization is the process of heat treatment of liquid products. Milk is preserved using pasteurization. So, in this process, the milk is boiled to a temperature of 63 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes and suddenly cooled in order to destroy the microbes which are present in the milk. The next method of food preservation is canning. In this method, the foods are processed and stored in clean, steamed, airtight containers so that the food does not get spoiled. Many vegetables, fruits, meat, dairy products are processed using canning. Now, let's move on to discuss how food can be preserved using preservatives. So, addition of preservatives can also prevent food spoilage. There are two types of preservatives. First one is natural preservatives, another one is artificial preservatives. Natural preservatives are salt, sugar, and oil. Addition of salt is one of the oldest method of preserving food, and addition of salt removes the moisture content which is present in the food. And the main reason why we are doing this, because again as I told you, moisture content, if it is there in the food, it is going to help in the growth of microorganism. So adding salt to the food will remove the moisture content, thereby preserving the food from microbial growth. So, addition of salt prevents the growth of bacteria and reduces the activity of microbial enzymes. Foods like fish, meat, gooseberry, lemon, and raw mangoes are preserved by salting. Salt is also used as preservative in pickles and canned food. The next one is sugar. The hygroscopic nature of sugar helps to reduce the water content of the food. And food products like jams, jellies, squashes can all be preserved by using the addition of sugar. The next one is addition of oil. So, addition of oil in pickles prevent the contact of air with food. Air contains a lot of microorganisms, and whenever food is exposed to air, there are a lot of possibilities for microorganism to settle on the food. So, in order to prevent this, oil is added. So, when oil is added, the contact of air with food is prevented, thereby ensuring that the food is not spoiled with microorganisms. Next one, synthetic preservatives. Synthetic preservatives are artificial preservatives which are used in order to preserve the food. So, some of the synthetic preservatives which are widely used are sodium benzoate vinegar, sodium metabisulfate, potassium bisulfate. These synthetic preservatives are added to food products like sauce, jams, jellies, packed food, and ready to eat foods. These synthetic preservatives delay the microbial growth and also keep the food safe for a longer duration. That's all about food preservation. Thank you, students.